Hi there, Leo. Welcome to your month ahead spread for the month of November 2015. This reading is for you if your sun, moon, or rising signs are in the sign of Leo. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling here. Now, of course, I've already shuffled quite extensively to mix up all of the cards. The purpose of this shuffle here is to let the appropriate cards for you come up to the top of my deck. Gonna shuffle here. Now, if I was doing this reading for you in person, individually, I would actually have you tell me when to stop shuffling. I like to do that because it really shows my clients that they're the one who's picking the cards. Because I'm doing a sort of general reading for all Leos, and of course I'm recording this video, I'm acting as a catalyst, connecting to the Leo energy and just kind of tapping into that to know when to stop shuffling. All right, so the first card here is how you're feeling heading into this month. So how you're feeling leaving October behind and approaching November. Often this card will symbolize things that you're bringing forth with you from October. And we have strength. There were definitely some challenging situations, and I feel like for a lot of you, they were things having to do with your career. So there were really some certain situations that really tested you in ways that you haven't really been tested before. Perhaps they tested you to do quote unquote the right thing or to say the quote unquote right thing. Either case, it really challenged you. This card is not about aggressive strength. In the picture here, we see a woman taming a lion, and she's doing it by petting him and caressing him. This card is about gentle strength, about calm assertiveness, about really standing in your power and being a leader in a way that's soft and gentle, using a more feminine approach to strength, as opposed to a more aggressive way of being strong. So for you, these were really qualities that you cultivated in this past month that you're bringing forth with you into this month. And you're feeling locked into this energy as we start November. You feel confident in your ability to be strong and to be a leader. Card number 2 is your general forecast for the month ahead. So this is your general forecast, Leo, for the month of November 2015. And we have the 8 of Cups. I feel like you have been struggling with certain aspects of your past or certain aspects of things that have happened to you. And these are things that have really hurt you on a deep emotional level. There are things that have really caused you grief and sadness and hardship. And whether you've been conscious or not, I think you have been going over in your mind certain ways this affected you, or realizing that maybe if those things hadn't happened, you wouldn't have gotten to this place where you have this strength, where you have this beauty in your life. So really the general forecast for you this month of November, this is the month that you choose to walk away from these things. We have a choice to let the past affect us in a deep, crippling sense. And we have a choice to take the past and learn from it and understand that things have happened and to see what we can learn from it, to forgive the people in our past, and then ultimately let it go so that we can walk forward into the next chapter of our life. For you this month, there's going to be a lot of releasing, a lot of forgiving, and a lot of understanding that now's the time to let it go. I think there have been certain things that you have been holding on despite you not really maybe wanting to admit that you've been holding on to them, but nonetheless, they've been there in your energy body, if you will. You've been holding on to them in some way or another. So this month in November, there is going to be the conscious decision to walk away from them. I'm really drawn to this fellow's red boots here, and for me that symbolizes a real need to stay grounded this month. It's imperative that you do activities that help you stay in this physical reality, whether it is physical activity, maybe meditation, just some way of expelling extra energy and helping you get out of your mind and into your body. It's going to be really important because I think some things are going to come up for you emotionally, you're not really going to know why they're coming up. It's going to kind of be like sudden for you, and that can really throw you for a loop and kind of shake you up and unground you. So if you have some sort of tactic already prepared that can help ground you when you find yourself in those situations, then when they do happen, you are prepared. Card number 3 is your upcoming challenges for this month ahead. And we have the 9 of Wands. I feel like this month you are going to be challenged to be vulnerable. And whether that is in your work or in your family life or with other friends in your family, loved ones, you really are going to be challenged to put yourself out there a little bit. Now in this card, you see this man, he's clearly been hurt before. He has a bandage over his head. He's coming out with a wand in front of him. He's a little bit wary. It's almost like if you see another person and kind of have their arms crossed in front of them, or they're holding something in front of them. They're trying to protect themselves in some way, and that's exactly what this fellow on this card is doing. So for you, I think you are going to make the choice to step out and be vulnerable, but you will be a little bit wary, like, oh, I don't really know if I should trust the people around me. I don't really know how this is going to work out. So you're still going to kind of have your guard up and kind of have your boundaries up. And that's okay, that's totally normal and valid and understandable, because there have been some things in your past that have really wounded you, that have really hurt you. And now you are going to find yourself in situations this month of November that will challenge you to step out and be vulnerable, to show your heart without the walls, and to really express yourself in a way that you might not have expressed yourself before with people in your life or certain situations where you want to set an example for the others around you. Card number 4 is your good fortune, blessings, and abundance. So this is all the beautiful stuff that's coming your way in November 2015. And we have the World. Pretty sure another sign got this card, maybe even in the same position as well. For you, this is really the card of completion, of things coming full circle. And I think that's really fitting for you, as we kind of have these cards about letting go of things from the past, being vulnerable, and moving forward ultimately to a quote-unquote better tomorrow. I think for you, you are going to find yourself in situations where you're kind of like, oh, this feels familiar. I've explained this to other signs before, but what I believe is that life is like a big spiral, and we walk along the spiral, and every level we get deeper and deeper as we go to the middle of the spiral. But we can't go through the spiral without coming back to the same place again. So this is, in a sense, what you might find yourself experiencing this month, going through the spiral, coming back to the same place, only it's a little bit different. You're a little bit deeper. And that's just a natural cycle of life. The circle, the world, of things coming to full completion, of you really understanding your lessons, and understanding why certain things have happened, and understanding what you can do to take the next step forward on your journey and to start the new level of the spiral, if you will. This is coming up in your good fortune, your blessing, and your abundance for a really beautiful reason. When you kind of come through a full circle, when you come to a sense of completion, you are able to release things and let things go, like we talked about with this card. And by doing that, you let go of old energy, and now you have all this extra new room inside of you. And that extra new room is available to bring new stuff into your life, to bring new lessons, new experiences, new energy into your life. So by clearing out the old, we make space for the new, for new experiences to come in. So this is a real blessing for you as you kind of move forward on your journey and you release things, but also allow new experiences to come in. The last card of this spread is this month's lessons. I'm really big on lessons and learning, and I believe that every situation that we find ourselves in is there to teach us something. I believe that we come into this lifetime to learn lessons, and that Earth is really a school for us, and that we are really the students. So for those reasons, I like to include lessons in all of my tarot spreads. So what are your lessons, Leo, for the month of November 2015? We have the Four of Cups. In this card, we see this gentleman. Now he's sitting under a tree. His arms are crossed, his legs are crossed, kind of like we were talking about here. He's protecting himself. And not only is he protecting himself, his eyes are looking straight at these cups here. He's really focused on those 3 cups. And he's really thinking them over and lamenting them and thinking about them and analyzing them and But he's so focused on these 3 cups that he doesn't even see this other cup being offered to him. He doesn't even see what is spirit or the universe handing him this cup. So what this card is really representing is being so focused on certain things that almost your blinders are on. You're not even aware of other opportunities or other synchronicities that are going on in your life. I feel like for you, since we had these cards in the beginning, especially this other cups card here, that you're going to be very almost blinded by things that bring up emotional triggers to you. I do think that you will find yourself in certain situations where you can choose to be the leader, the calm, assertive leader with that calm and gentle grace and strength. Or you can kind of choose to find yourself spiraling into negativity because of things that have happened to you in the past, things that have wounded you in the past. And you can choose to be vulnerable, to take a step out and allow yourself to be in that vulnerable state. Or you can kind of choose to keep this wand very, very close to you, keep your arms crossed, and be on the defensive. So it's really all about choices this month. Now the problem or the thing to be aware of if we choose to close ourselves off is that we can be so focused on why we've chosen to close ourselves off that we refuse or we don't, for whatever reason, choose to be open so that new opportunities and new experiences can come in. So that's all about your lessons this month, really choosing to be open or to be closed, to be focused on the things that you are choosing to send your energy towards, whether they be negative or positive, or allowing yourself to be open to new experiences, new vulnerabilities, and new ways of thinking and living. So this concludes your month ahead spread for November 2015. If you're interested in an individualized reading, you can find the link to my Etsy shop in the description below.